Hey, it's your girl Monique 69 Ways Johnson. I'm here for the Never Ever Met Season 1, Episode 6 recap highlights. I know I'm behind, but hey, I'm just trying to play catch up. Life be life, man. Um, I was dreading to do this, but here I am. so this episode started off with the last episode ended. With Diamond, Aaron H, um, her sister Irene, and his friend Ronald. So the argument, it was like the end of the argument, the blew up argument between Aaron H and sister Irene. Um, it continues, and Irene says she fight dudes for fun, and if he can easily call her out her name, this is what she telling her sister Diamond. If he can easily call her out her name, what you think he gonna do to you when he get mad at you? So, which is a good point because let's be honest, he that rolled out too easily for me. Um, Ronald is outside trying to calm down Aaron H. Um, because him and sister Irene was about to seem like they was about to tussle or some hands gonna get thrown. But it was some real vicious words was thrown, harsh. I mean, you can't tell nobody how to argue or how to fight. So, because it was like bitches and children, regular children, people, mamas. It was just too much. So he outside. Aaron H is outside with Ronald, trying to calm down, and said that Diamond's sister is jealous. Of course, he's gonna go with that generic response, like why her sister is to reacting the way she's reacting to him. They have a history on social media, like I think I said last recap. They already had a relationship, some words exchanged on social media due to Aaron H and that engagement to someone else while he was talking to Diamond. So let's not act like that the sister's mad out of nowhere. So but the sister do need to kind of back up a little bit. If this is what Diamond wants, this is what Diamond wants. So hey, um, so now since Sister Irene brought up Aaron's H children, now he gonna stick to that subject of the argument. Um, and I'm like, dude, I believe you call her B first, and then she led with children and mama. Um, don't make it seem like she said something about the kids first when you popped off first. I mean, you came in hot when you and your friend was playing pool, and then you came to where Diamond and her sister Irene was at because you overheard what Irene was saying to Diamond about you, about the whole situation, um and how she feel about you. So you didn't like that. So you went over there. You came in hot anyway because of what you overheard. So um, then the Diamond came to where Aaron H and Ronald was at outside, and she was like, "You just gonna beat my sister up or something?" Because because the way he was acting, like they was getting each other face. He said no. Diamond said, "If you can easily call her a B, you can say that to me." And Aaron A said he would never call her that, and that's not his character. I'm like, well, it was your character today. Okay. Apparently it is your character. Because you said it not once but like twice. Um Diamond's sister says she's going to be there for her. I don't know how. if this is what Diamond wants and you don't like this guy. So I would like to see how that would work. So Diamond's sister Irene, she left. They hugged. They left. She left. Um, and then we get a scene of Ronald giving Diamond a hug. So he left, and this is when Aaron apologized to Diamond because she's on the. He see that she's like thinking, contemplating, I guess, the relationship because what just happened between him and her sister. And I don't blame her because that was a lot. And she said she never saw him like that before. And he apologized. And I guess she's gonna kind of forgive him, I guess. We'll see how that will work for the future. And he like want her to like choose a side. I'm like, that's what I think he said in his confessional that he want her to pick a side. I'm like, this is her sister, and she know all her life, and you want her to choose a side right now? Like, no, I don't think she should choose a side. I mean, talking about y'all known each other for 5 years, but out of that 5 years, you decide to engage, uh, announce an engagement to someone else during that time. Like, we're gonna go to the next people. Who I want to talk about? Chris and Millie. The fellas, I think it was some fellas outside, I think by the pool. They was having a drink or what have you. And Greg was out there. And then Chris came out there. He was wearing he was wearing Sandia jacket, which looked really tight on him. And Greg wanted Chris to talk to Millie because I guess the day prior or the other day, Chris and Millie had some exchange words, and she called him a B and what have you. So Chris tried to talk to Millie, and he want to understand why Millie called him a B the other day or the day before, and she said she felt dismissed because when he was asking a question about um him and Jody, like um their friendship in the house, what have you, or have you see him do any, I guess, inappropriate things, I guess, between him and Jody. I'm kind of going off memory, so bear with me. She said she felt dismissed and she she said she felt dismissed because he knows she was going to tell the truth, I guess, about himself. She was going to tell his truth, or based off her opinion of him, of the Jody and Chris situation, her opinion, I should say. But she keep calling it truth. So, Millie don't like Chris because she feels he belittles women and he don't take accountability. She said he tried to hide the truth again, and he was like, "What truth?" And she wanted him to say that like he ain't ish, and he would never be ish. He got up and walked away. And I don't blame him because she had a lot of energy in her tone when she was talking to him, and he just said like, how we get to the how did we get to the point that you called me a B in the last conversation we had? And she said she felt dismissed, and then she commenced to call him a B again, and she really called him a B when he walked away, and then she want him to say that he ain't ish. Like, come on, Millie. What guy gonna, even if he isn't ish in our eyes, what guy gonna really admit and say that? And then you was up here with it. You was all the way up here. You need to be like here. So he walked away. Before I guess he says before he say something, he tried to like respect her, and I don't blame him for walking away because I'm looking like, whoa, Millie, it's like a switch that went off. You would have thought that her and Chris was in a relationship. The way she was acting, or Chris reminds her of an ex that she dealt with some similar, like for his personality wise. Um, yeah, so he got up and walked away. Um, she called him a B, and he went into, I guess, the gaming room where the pool is at. I mean, the pool table was at, and Greg and some other fellas was in there, and they looking like, what happened? Basically, Millie went off on Chris, and he said he was trying to be respectful, and she was disrespectful. She called him a B again, and it is what it is. And then Millie um commenced to walk towards the same gaming room where the pool table was at, where everybody was, well, mostly everybody was at. Still talking ish. Said he can't handle the truth or what have you. Yeah, she said something about his truth, that he ain't ish, and he's short, he's small down there. And then he was like, how you know? And then she said, you can't never have a girl like me. He said, what? And then he called her fake. And then they talking about some show bank accounts. They talking about somebody being broke, then bank accounts. I'm like, what? And then Greg is of course holding Millie back, and Sandia and Aaron J is actually holding Chris back. They trying to push him out the door, like to calm the situation down. And it was funny how during the argument, as they pushed him out, Aaron J had to lift Chris' little ass up up some steps and trying to push him out the door. So it was a lot happening, and I don't know why. I mean, Chris really must trigger Millie for some reason. Like I said, she could have remind me of an ex or something. So who knows? And then when she was talking to Greg about what happened, she said about she didn't yell and stuff like that, which is like, and then she didn't tell him like everything. She didn't tell exactly what happened. So she left out some things. So then she admitted that she called him a B again to Greg. Greg looked like, what? So we get in the room with Chris and Sandia. He was like talking in frustration. I like, there's so much I can take. It's so many times you can call me a B, and that's it. I'm gonna explode. Like, there's so many times you can call me a B, and I agree. Like, she was really pushing that B on him. So and guess who walked in as Sandia and Chris was talking? Aaron H, the pastor, aka the pastor. So he said it seemed like the B word is easy to come out of her often. It seemed like I'm looking like, for someone who just called your girl Diamond's sister Irene a B, not once but twice. I know you not talking. So mind your business. I don't know why you in there talking to them. Yeah, but Millie do need to cool on the B word. Talk to these men, because that's not cool. Like, if he would return the favor and what have you. But he did call her a slut, but that's after everything. But she can't get mad at that. You call him a B, so call it even, I guess. um Cindy finally speak up and say something to Millie. They was in the kitchen era. Cindy speak up. She said she don't like when they call out um e- each other names, and I agree. It's like become childish at this point. And she said that Chris walked away because he didn't want to be disrespectful, and I can agree with that. Is rather I'd rather you walk away than to be disrespectful, because disrespectful can come turn into blows, you know. Hey, so Cindy finally spoke up to Millie about it, and I'm glad she wasn't on mute after that, because it's like, girl, I'm gonna need you to speak up. Um, Next we're gonna do Jody and Aaron J. They have their people coming to visit now. So for Aaron J, his father is coming to visit. Um his father Matthew, I think that's his name, Matthew. And I'm looking like, this your daddy? I'm like, he look young to be your daddy, but okay, but I think Aaron J is the youngest in the house, if I'm not mistaken. Um he just his dad asked him how was it going with the experience, and he told his dad that Jody is a sexologist, and he said that it is intimidating. And his dad was shocked, like, intimidating. Wow. We get Jody friend, Cam. Her name is Cam, to visit um her. It's her best friend from home. And she was so excited. I think that's the first time she really been excited. Smiley, smiley, smiley. But yeah. She said she came. She expressed that her friend asked her how she was going in the house, and she told them about their uncomfortable first date. It wasn't, the execution of the day was not the best. Yeah, she said the first date was not the best. The execution of the date was not the best. So she didn't like the first date all the way. Um and then she said she didn't want to rush into nothing physical, because her situation being sexually abused. And then she also said um she's a man eater. Like, if she go full in with the sex, and then she quickly get bored, and then she hop off of it. So she want to take things slow at a certain pace. She want to do something different this time. And I can I can understand that. If you used to doing that fast pace and just going physical, and then you get bored, and then you hop up out it, and you get bored of the person, I can see how you want to change the pace up in this new situation. So we have they Aaron J went to the kitchen with his father Matthew, and he introduced his father to Chris. He like, this is my friend Chris. But he didn't introduce to Aaron H. Aaron H has had to step in and introduce himself. And then he was like, oh, Aaron H said, me and you about the same age. And then Aaron J father Matthew said, oh, you the guy. So Aaron J must be talking to his daddy about Aaron H. Um, of how he's acting and treating him. Um, Aaron H want to speak up and be in the business, tell him about Jody, how Jody is not a fit for him. And I'm looking like, mind your business, sir. And Aaron J. Daddy, Matthew, he just listening and observing him. And he's like, is you like this with just him or with other people in the house, like being in their business and trying to influence or make a decision for him or trying to tell him what's best for him? So I was like, I'm gonna need Aaron H, aka the pastor, to mind his fucking business because he gets started getting on my fucking nerves. Okay. So he trying to influence Matthew about Jody, and that I think that was not cool because he's mind your fucking business. So worry about what you got going on. Worry about trying to make amends or trying to communicate better with your girl sister. And when Aaron J. Father Matthew asked Jody what's the confident level of this working out, oh, she hesitated. I'm like, I don't think it's gonna work out because they're giving brother and sister. I know she's talking about she want to go at a slow pace, but still, like, oh no. And then, I guess Aaron J's dad Matthew liked the salsa dance. She said she's a good follower. I guess she liked the salsa dance as well. So they did like a little salsa dance, little dancing routine, I guess. And she had these ugly ass shoes. Again, Birkenstock. It was like some orthopedic shoes or something. But yeah, they was ugly. Like, girl, don't wear that no more. She was smiling. They did a good job with the little salsa moment. I was like, oh, that was cute. And she was really smiling from ear to ear, like she said she needed that. So it was nice things. They peoples was nice, unlike other people. They would like want to throw bowls. It was the next day, and Aaron H and Chris and I think Greg was by the pool, and then he expressed that he wanted to propose to Diamond by the time the end of this, I guess, experiment in this house. Greg and Millie. We get to Greg and Millie. She expressed how she been great before, and she have these emotional roller coaster rides of emotions for me. Like, I get that she built this barrier because of the great, and she feel like she had to defend herself at all times. And if she don't feel safe, her masculinity comes in, and she has to protect herself at all costs. And I guess she said that's why she goes to 10 so quickly, because she don't feel secure in the space she's in, I guess, when she's with someone. And then she tends to break down in his arms. Like, she can go from here, then she breaks down. It's definitely the wall that she's built up around that situation and her experience, which was unfortunate. And I guess she needs to talk to someone to learn how to break down those walls and kind of be a little trusting in a partner, or well, try to be open, trusting in a partner if they want to move forward together. And yeah, if she really want a relationship, she's gonna have to learn how to break some of the wall barriers down that she built. And then we get a moment where the fellas was in the room talking to Aaron J. So since like two couples left, it's like became a little more room, and everybody wants to be with their girl at this point, which they should, because it should be some kind of physical connection or a touch at this moment. It don't have to be sex. It could just be, a touch, like more intimate. They just getting on Aaron J because he's like in the room with Chris and Sandia. They trying to like have a moment together when they go to bed, and Aaron J in the room just passing gas, and he's not in the room with his girl. So I guess they trying to encourage him to like go in the room with Jody, like go sleep next to her in the room, in her room, I should say. So I guess they help him move a bed in her room, next to her bed. They pushed the bed at first when they moved it, and then Josh said he moved it away because he said, "I know your girl; she is not gonna like that, and she'll blow up." And then I guess in the middle of the night when they went to bed, he decided to get up and push it close to her bed to make one bed, and she didn't know about it because she was knocked out asleep. And then we get the next day, or I guess the morning, and Jody was pissed because she was like, she felt someone to kiss on her forehead while she was asleep. And she woke up like she wanted a box. And then, because Aaron J had kissed her on the forehead, like, and she didn't know what was going on. And that could be a little off-putting, because you like she wasn't aware, you violate her space and her boundaries, and she expressed that like you cross her boundary, and she said we're not on the same page. And Aaron did admit that he had to talk with the fellas, and he said he felt um influenced by the fellas from the talk, and he said that's out his character. And I'm glad he apologized to her because she expressed that she respect his boundaries, and she want him to respect hers. I'm like, I don't know much longer it's gonna be before she feel comfortable for the physical touch of any kind from him, because I don't think I ever saw them hold hands, let alone a peck on the cheek or on the lips. I don't think I ever saw that from them. So even though he came off weird pushing the beds together and kissing on her forehead without her knowing, but I really would like to know like how much longer would it take to her to get a physical touch from the both of them, whether it's a kiss, a hug, or cuddle, you know. And I understand being sexually abused. So we get to Greg and Millie. Taronda hooked them up with Dr. Allie so they could sit down and talk about some expectations. What are the expectations in their relationship, and to Millie to open up about her trauma of the great and what have you, and her emotions and stuff like that. And Millie opened up about being sexually abused, and she don't want that. And she said she's not going to make that affect their relationship, but it really has, because she still got this wall up, this wall that she built around it. So it's going to be kind of hard, but it is. I think it is kind of affecting their relationship. And then Greg said it was hard to hear that she went through that. And then he said, the doctor asked Millie, how does she process her trauma? She said, Millie said she act out, she lash out, fight or defend herself. Like she just go all the way up. Then Greg opened up about his trauma, and then as he was talking, I noticed that Millie was like had this face expression like, "So you got trauma now?" That's what I think she was thinking. Like, "Oh, so you got trauma? I ain't never heard of this." Like she didn't believe him of his trauma. So it that's where like the episode ended. Him having a hard time to open up about his trauma. Yeah, so that was the end of the episode. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. And let me know your thoughts about Pastor Aaron H and Diamond's sister Irene, that situation, and Chris and Millie getting into it, had some words just saying that was a big blow up, and Aaron J and Jody and their boundaries. Let me know your thoughts on that. So I guess I will see you in the next one. Bye.